Good morning, everyone. This is discussion on assignment number 7. You already have got the solutions. So, first, let's see the first question. Just at looking first, you need to understand is this, or you can say, which kind of identity will help us to solve this question. Okay, so this is the hint. This term is the hint for me that 27 is something 3 cube, 125 is 5 cube, a cube is already a whole cube. So similarly, we can say 1 also as 1 power 3. So this was the hint for me to understand that this may be an identity of the form x plus y whole cube. Now I will try to write this complete expression as formula of this identity, that is this one. I will try to write the first term as x cube, second term as y whole cube, then 3x square y, then 3xy square. And as soon as I am done with this thing, I can say the answer is this. Simple method of factorization. Okay. Now let's see. I have written the first as 1 whole cube, 3 upon 5a whole cube, then plus 3. Then we have, okay, again, I have told you we don't have to look at these two terms if you remember. Class, if you remember, I've told you once you have formed the first two terms, you don't require to make these terms using these two. You can directly write using these that you have got as 3. A square is 1 square and this is 3 by 5a. You can check always after solving, you will get the same thing back. Similarly, 3xy square. And now after writing this thing, we can say the answer is x plus y whole cube. That is x is 1 and 3 upon 5a whole cube. I hope this thing is clear to everyone now. The factorization process. No one is there who is not able to understand this kind of factorization. Yes, class, please confirm P and R. Please confirm. Because these are very easy, just you need to understand that they are formula based. You need to write the terms as x and y and you will get the answer. Okay, this is again the same thing. Hint is coming from this term, that this is like ax whole cube, and from this term that this is b whole cube. Now some of you may get the problem of negative signs. As I've told you, there are two formulas. Plus, there are two formulas. Acha, one more thing. I have written the formula in terms of P and Q. Any guess why? Why I have written the identity using the variable P and Q and not X and A or A, X, Y or A or B? Because, this class, because we already have X in the question, we already have A in the question, we already have B in the question. Usually we have AB, so we take XY. Or when we have XY in the question, we take the formula in AB. But in this question, we have all in the same statement. That's why it is better to take a different variable for the identity. That's why I have done this one. Now, the second thing, many of you may have used the direct formula, that is this one, which we have studied. One has a plus b whole cube, and second we have studied a minus b whole cube. A cube minus b cube, then it is minus 3a square b plus 3a b square. If I'm not wrong, this is correct. Yes, this one is correct. Yes, but our question is this identity, but I did the question again with the first one. It is your choice which way you want. I have a tendency to make every question positive only. So you can see I have written this minus 3a square bx square as this thing and this thing and this thing. I have brought all the negatives inside just to use the first formula. I have not used the second formula. But if you are comfortable using it directly, second one, you can do that also. I hope that is not an issue. So that's why I got the answer as ax plus minus b whole cube. and they both are same only, whether you write like this or write like this. It depends. If you are able to use the formulas directly, you can use. If you don't want to learn more, then go with only single formula. Okay. Question number 3. Again, the hint was very simple. In this thing, you cannot say this is formula of a plus b whole cube or a minus b whole cube, because there is no whole thing in this thing, and there are no other terms which can give you an insight of 3a square b 3ab square. So we cannot say this will work. So this is your 5a cube. This is your 1 upon 2 cube. Now this identity is not given to you separately in your book. If you remember, there are around 10 identities given in your NCERT. This was a question, if you remember. In the last exercise, there was a question where you had to prove this thing. Yes, where we have to prove this identity. There only we learned these two formulas, that is x cube plus y cube and x cube minus y cube. I hope all of you have got that there is a difference between x plus y whole cube, x minus y whole cube, and x cube plus y cube, x cube minus y cube. They are totally different. This is a factorized form. This is a factorized form, and this is expanded form. They both are different. We cannot say they are equal. It is similar to the same thing that we have done. A plus b whole square cannot be equal to a square plus b square until unless a is equal to b equal to 0. Yes, class? We cannot say they are equal. They both are different things. They both are different things. And in this thing, in this question, we have to use the formula x cube plus y cube. I have given you a hint. The formula is very simple. If you have x cube plus y cube, you will write as it is in the first bracket x plus y, because plus plus same, x and y same. In the second bracket, you will write x square minus xy plus y square. Many of you do the mistake of minus 2xy in this one. Okay, don't confuse with this thing. Here 2 will not come. Okay, only minus xy will be there. Then we have to just put the values. As we know, x is 5a, and you can see how in a brief way I have shown what I have taken as x, what I have taken as y. The proper way is to write let 5a equal to x, let 1 by 2 equal to y, and then solve it. But just by symbolizing like this also, I am making my point clear to the person who is going to read this question or understand this now. Okay. So just we have put the values of x and y in the formula and we got the answer. I hope this question was not a problem for anyone. Please confirm if it was a problem for you. Is it clear now? Please confirm. This is your, I think, 9th identity that we have done. The 10th one is deleted by CBSE, that is x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus. Sir, you will check our papers. Which paper version you are saying? The final one? Vaishnav, which paper is in? But a final, so I will check only, no issue, but it will not be from my side. Paper will be from outside, but I will check only. Now, question number 4. Sir, the school will open from 5th of Feb. Asking. Bhavya, till there is any official message from school side, don't consider it, okay? Just wait for the official message. So Dipti ma'am was telling that you teach another subject also. When she was telling this thing, Kamaljot? Today? Same question again. Last week, okay. After this, when we discuss this paper, we will discuss that thing also. Which subject she was saying, ma'am? About a cube. Okay, class, this one little bit tricky, but not that much. We know it is point 008, okay, it is 0.008, it becomes 8 upon 1000, and we can say it is 2 upon 10 whole cube. And then the question is same like above, okay. Similar to the above question, we have discussed this one. Now, this is based on the ninth formula that we have done, that is a cube minus b cube. Only task is to write this term as a whole cube, but that is x upon 6 whole cube and 2y whole cube. And we have got the answer. Okay, this one is also similar question, but you will not get it directly because we cannot say this is something like root 3x cube. We cannot say. So we have to think, can we take 3 common of this? Yes, we can take, and then it becomes a simple question of that type. Okay, this one. Again, class, it all depends on you, how you want to proceed. If you want to proceed in this way, this is also fine. If you want to assume x plus y and x minus y as some variable, that is also fine. I have told you in the or section this thing that you could have assumed x plus y as p and x minus y as q also, and the question would have become 8p cube minus 27q cube. But this is only for some steps. After some time, you have to re-substitute the values. Just to make the question simple for you for the starting, you can assume also. If you are comfortable this way, you can go like this also. You can see what I have done is, I have seen this first term, that is 8x plus y whole cube, as 2 cube x plus y whole cube. And we all know when the powers is same, class, we all know when power is same, then the base gets multiplied and power becomes common. So it will be like this, 2x plus y whole cube. Class, any issue in this thing? What I have done is, I have taken the complete thing. Instead of opening x plus y whole cube, why can't we think in this way? Class, please confirm. I understand many of you might have opened these brackets and then you must have simplified the question. But better if we see it in this way. Better if we see in it this way. Please confirm. If you want to ask anything, if you want to discuss anything based on this question, I can unmute you also. You are free to discuss whatever you want. Okay, Vaishnav, it is clear to you. Now, we have formed, or we have made the question in the form of a cube minus p cube, and then just we have done is we have applied the formula and just replace the value of a with 2 bracket x plus y and b with 3 bracket x minus y, and just we simplified this and got the answer in factorized form. If you have assumed it as p and q, then it will be a resubstitution process, nothing else. Yes, the solution part is not that easy. It is quite lengthy to solve, but with practice, and the main thing is you have to maintain some distance between the steps. The more you write clearly, the more is the chances that it will be a correct calculation. Okay, if you write them congested way, then the chances will be more of mistake. So keep this thing in mind. Whenever you are solving a complicated question or complex question, don't think of space. Okay, give them a lot of space so that it is easy for you to see the things. Now, question number 8. How many of you thought this question is tough? Please confirm. Did you get this question in the first go? Were you able to understand how it will be solved in the first time only, just by looking? Good, Utkarsh. Yes, it was little tricky because if we see it through, some may be thinking that we have to solve this complete to get the answer. But if you see, if we apply that formulas of exponents and powers, we can write this as 59 whole cube, 9 cube, and this was the step. Then we can have the idea that why can't we put Why can't we use the formula of 59 whole cube minus 9 whole cube? And the formula becomes this thing. These two become same in top and bottom. We can cancel it easily. And by cancelling it, we get the simple term 59 minus 9. This way question will also come in your competitive exams when you will be sitting in your entrance where you have to use the formula in a tricky way. Okay, this way only they will be wanting you to apply the formulas so that you can get the answers easily. Although this calculation looked very tough, but if you had this formula in your mind, you could have got the answer very easily. So that's the use of identities. And this was the last question. Okay, that's it. Yesterday, let me first stop the recording.